Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing wonderfully great. I was in the process of transplanting this 3-gallon January fig. It's actually a duplicate, I guess you might say. I have the January from two different sources, and I'm growing them out side by side to see if there's any similarities or differences. And in the process of doing that, I lifted this and I noticed that there is this massive taproot coming out from the base of my my pot. Now this right here is the lifeline of my fig. If I cut this, I'm pretty sure to either damage, stunt my fig, or to even kill it. So one thing I want to show you guys is when you do transplant it to at least a 10-gallon pot, well, 5-gallon, but 10-gallon works better, 15-gallon works the best in my opinion. Make sure that you include that taproot and make sure that the fig is sitting nicely and comfortably in very good rich soil such as this. Okay, now I use pine bark mulch and sometimes a little bit of rapid poo and leaf mold in here, and it works amazingly for my figs. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take this thing out of the pot very carefully and include that taproot and make sure that that taproot sits comfortably on the base of my soil here. So give me just a moment to pause the video and do that, so I'll show you guys how I do it, and hopefully it works just as well for you. Alright guys, so here we are. I've successfully taken this out of the pot. You can see this is remarkably root bound, but what I've made sure is that this one taproot that did manage to escape is nicely included in the pot. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to try and spread these bottom roots and generally all the roots around this heavily root bound root ball and put it nice and comfortably in this 10-gallon pot, so it winterizes very well and it has the best chance of survival. Now I do see a lot of people on the internet, on YouTube primarily, that will just go around with a knife and an axe or whatever they have and start, chopping off these roots violently. And I think they're doing it to make a point that it actually reinvigorates the tree and doesn't harm it. And that's okay. I don't do that. I find that to be a little too harsh. So I'll just go around here and just gently rub the root ball and loosen up all of these roots. You can see they will naturally find their place, which is here, for example, and they will start growing into the medium, provided that the medium, of course, is deep enough. And that's all you really need. So I'm going to go ahead and backfill this as much as I can with pine bark mulch, and I'll set it back to its original location, which is right next to the other in-ground January, and I'll just let it there for the winter. All right, give me just a moment to pause the video and fill this up, and I'll get right back with you guys. Alright guys, so this is the end result. I've backfilled the pot all the way to the rim, well, nearly to the rim, with pine bark mulch, and made sure all the roots are nice and loose in there, and I put it back in its original position. The reason I did that is to provide a little more extra insulation. The black plastic will provide just a little radiant heat for the in-ground plant, which could of course experience dieback, but it definitely won't die, so far as I think, at least it won't. But one thing I want to say is that you should always take a little bit off this tree. The reason is, no matter how good a job we do to make sure we preserve every single root, we're still going to lose some roots, and that will weaken our plant. And even though it's not in the growth stage right now, because we are in the beginning of winter, well, I guess fall, moving towards winter, we should still take a few branches off just to make sure that our tree has the best chances of survival. And in this case, we want to be a little more strategic and take off branches that are not useful anyway. And so what I would do is I would take the ones that are lowest to the ground, since those, even if they do grow, they will probably not grow as well. So that would be one such example. I do leave a little bit because I'm assuming that we will either get growth from here, and if we like it, we can keep it, or because this thing will die back naturally, and then this thing will heal much better. So that would be one. Now, if we really wanted to promote the bush style growth, which it seems to me that this tree does want, we could leave this, even though I do believe that it's going to naturally die back, because it's not exactly entirely lignified. It's kind of a little bit on the soft side. But one that we could definitely cut is this branch right here, which, by the way, would make an amazing candidate for an air layer. But I just have no interest in doing that right now. So that way, you know, we open this up and we lighten the root system a little bit to have to provide less nutrition to fewer branches, since fewer are remaining. We don't have to go, you know, full throttle and cut everything back. I mean, the frost might do that for us, but I think just cutting those 2 branches off is good enough for now. And of course, we can go on ahead and propagate them. That way, we have more clones, just in case we get complete, you know, dieback or complete ruin or death of our fig tree. So I'll go on ahead and stop the video right there. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Many more fig pruning and fig propagation videos to come.